Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine in your homes. Once again, I would like to welcome you all saying Happy New Year to all 6th standard students. I hope you have done your exams well and we are starting a new term, that is third term. Our class is Computer Science, Chapter 6. We are going to learn Programming Fundamentals using Q Basic, Part 1, Section 14. Once again, I welcome you back to this class. Shall we have a quick recap what we have done, which lesson we have done in the second term? Yes, we completed 5 chapters in second term, first term and second term. And now we are proceeding with chapter 6, Programming Fundamentals using Q Basic. Shall we have a quick recap, children? What we have studied in the previous class, that is second term. We studied spelling and grammars, autocorrect and mail margin. These 3 topics we have discussed in the previous video. So, let's start listening to today's class. I want all the students to pay attention as we go through this class. These are the key concepts that we are going to discuss in this lesson. We are going to discuss problem solving technique. Under that, planning and thinking, algorithm and flowchart. These are the 3 topics that we are going to discuss in this video. Okay, the first topic we are going to discuss is problem solving technique. Okay, to solve any program, first what we have to do? First we should approach it by planning and thinking. Without planning and thinking, we cannot solve any kind of program, even in mathematics. Yes, students? Yes, we need to plan. Or if we do any work, okay, or we want to do any work, first we need to plan, think properly, take a proper decision for every plan that we think. Okay, without plan and without thinking, we cannot proceed. So, when we write down this sequence in steps of simple form, it called as algorithm. And when the same is put down in a pictorial form, it is called a flowchart. Okay, a flowchart is a graphical representations of a program, as flowcharts represents the program steps in a pictorial form, and it is very easy for us to understand the orderness of a flowchart, in which this computer executes the program instructions. Okay, it executes the program instructions. Okay, hence the different steps involved in the solving a problem are. These are the things that these are the steps that we need to follow in the flowcharts. Okay, first we need to plan and thinking, planning and thinking, algorithm, flowchart and program writing. So these are the different steps involved in solving our problems. Okay, first we'll study the first topic, planning and thinking. In order to solve any kind of problem on a computer, first the user must first understand analyze the nature of it. First we need to study that. And then we'll plan and determine the steps to solve the problem. Then we'll proceed how to do that program. Okay, how to solve the problems or how to proceed with the program. And the next step we are going to see is algorithm. Okay. The step-by-step procedure written in simple form to solve a problem. Okay, and these are the guidelines that we need to follow for writing algorithm. An expected output should be decided by the user. User means that is we. Whatever we want to put in a program, first we need to decide properly before writing the algorithm. Algorithm means program. Each step in a algorithm should be written clearly, starting each task to be performed. First we need to clearly check the program is correct or not. Then we should proceed with the program. And the steps should be arranged in a proper order. Sequence to get the desired output. Okay, we need to arrange the steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Okay, these are the steps we need to follow. And then we need to make a program, create a program, and we have to place it in a proper order. If you place it in a proper order, the program is correct, then only we'll get a correct output from that. Okay, students, I hope you all understood. Okay, next we are going to study flowchart. A flowchart is a pedagogical representation of the steps involved in solving a problem. Flowcharts are used to show the flow of control in programs. And flowcharts are very helpful to us in writing programs and explaining the steps involved in solving a problem to others. Flowcharts are used to show the flow of a control in a computer program. Flowcharts are different shapes. It has different shapes to represent different types of actions in a process. And some of the standard symbols used in a flowcharts are, okay, these are some of the standard symbols that we use in the flowchart. The first one we can see in the diagram, symbols, name of the flowchart and of the name of the symbols and the purpose. What purpose it is used for flowchart. Okay, and the first symbol is oval. The purpose is start and stop. For your flowchart, first you need to start with the program. You need to use start, and when you are ending the program, you need to say stop. And the second one is pelogram, purpose, input and output. Third one, rectangle, processing. Fourth one, circle, connector. Fifth one, arrow lines, indicates the flow of a program. And diamond, decision making. And hexagon, looping. So these are the symbols of the flowcharts, and you can see the program over here. Okay, this is the example of a program, and these are some of the rules for creating a flowchart. First one, flowchart should always begin with a start symbol, as I told you, and end with a stop symbol. Arrowheads should be used on all the flow lines to show the flow of a control. And the third one, standard symbols can be used to denote different actions. And the fourth point, all the connectors should be labeled properly. And this is the example of the diagram, students. You can see the example of diagram here. Okay, start is there, starting, and last stop is there, and you can whatever program you have arranged, whatever program you have written, that program you have to put it in a form of a flowchart diagram. Okay, so you need to do program plus flowchart. Okay, now let us see an examples to find profit or loss for the days turnover. Okay, these are the example. That is, if sales is equal to 5,000, then they incurred its loss. Okay, you can see here rational operators. Rational operators: greater than or equal, lesser than or equal to and not equal to. You use in mathematical also, even in the computer programs also. Okay, it also observes the parallelogram symbols is used for input and output, and diamond symbols are used for decision making. In these examples, the decision is made using the condition of sales. Okay, if the sales is lesser than or equal to 5,000, then the output is loss. Or the sales is greater than 5,000, then the output is profit. These decisions are made using rational operators, and these are the rational operators, that is greater than or equal to, lesser than or equal to and not equal to. Okay, so these are the operators that we use for flowchart. Now next we are going for program writing. The final step in a problem solving is writing a program. The steps used in flowcharts are to be now converted into computer understandable form. A program is a collection of instructions written using a computer language. A programmer is a person who writes computer program to solve any kind of problem. We shall now study exactly how to, in a detail, how to learn a high level language in QBasic. High level language in QBasic. This topic I'll be telling you in the next class, students. So till where I have taught you all these things, please go through again and again. We studied about problem solving techniques. We studied planning and thinking, algorithm, flowcharts, program writing, and we also studied about guidelines for writing algorithm. Okay, and we studied flowcharts, how to create a flowchart, and we also studied about standard symbols of the flowcharts, how to draw them, and what kind of symbols we have to use for each flowchart. We studied rules for creating flowcharts. So these are all things we have discussed in this video. So I want you students to follow the video whatever I am sending. Open your textbook when you are owning the video and go through each points what I have discussed. Okay, students, please take care of yourself. I'll see you all in the next class with another section. Thank you all. Take care.